Aaron Donald almost retired? Welcome back in, guys. I'm Jake Ellenbogen, and today I am going to be talking about the latest Rams news. We had two news droppings here. Sean McVay and Les Snead both getting their contracts extended through 2026. My thoughts on that and why I'm not worried about that being the end of the McSnead era. And interesting little thing that was kind of thrown out there by Ian Rappaport. Really nice article, by the way. You should definitely go and check it out on NFL.com. But he had an article that basically explained that many of us didn't actually know because I don't think anybody knew. It sounds like it was a secret. The Rams actually received Aaron Donald's retirement letter and did not send it to the NFL because it took a day, and then after that they started hashing out a new contract, and as you know now, he is going to be playing tonight. So let's start off with the first news, the first big news, which is Sean McVay and Les Snead. I've seen a lot of people say, look, enjoy them while they last, because this could be the end of McSnead as we know it. Even if it is, and I don't think it is, but even if it is, why are we talking about that now? They just got an extension through 2026. I could care less about the future like that. Also, why are we talking as if there's not room for some sort of agreement, some sort of negotiation? Sean McVay was asked for all sorts of jobs. I mean, you talk about Amazon reaching out to him. I'm sure ESPN was interested in him, Fox, CBS. Everyone should have been. And Sean McVay, he did take a look at it. He knew he was coming back to coaching in all likelihood, but he did take a look at it. He will at some point make that transition over the booth because, quite honestly, he'd be an utter natural and he'd be one of the best in the business. However, does not necessarily mean that 2026 his contract expires and he's off to the booth either. Plenty of room for discussion. It's going to be up to him. And this isn't baseball. This isn't a Giancarlo Stanton. This isn't a Wander Franco. If you guys follow baseball at all, those guys sign like 14-year deals. The NFL doesn't do that. Guys simply don't sign for that long. So I wasn't expecting the Sean McVay contract to be 15 years or anything crazy like that. It doesn't have to be. He signs for 6. He signs for however long he wants, and that's that. I mean, it's not a 6-year deal, but you get my point. So he's just going to continue. He's got another 5 years under this deal. He'll continue, and then if he decides to come back, I'm sure he'll renegotiate because I can tell you right now, it's not like the Rams are going to shove him out the door. So that's that. Les Snead, also have to give him some love because he's been great as the GM. I don't think he's going anywhere. As a matter of fact, I really don't think. If Sean McVay were to leave, I still think Les Snead would stick around at least for a couple of years. He's got such a nice roster built, and he's shown you that he can continue to build that with help of Tony Pastors, who handles all the contracts. I just can't see it. Now we go over to the Aaron Donald news, because this is kind of a big deal. Kind of. Aaron Donald has already signed a deal. Okay, he's already, he's been extended or whatever you want to call it, been given really just a raise. I mean, it's if any, not any more years on the contract, but he gets a raise. The Rams already took care of that. But it is interesting, and it does beg the question, was he seriously going to retire? And I know the retirement form was sent to the Rams. The Rams never submitted it to the NFL, according to Ian Rappaport. And that's great because he'll be playing tonight, and I can't see the Rams defense without Aaron Donald. At least I don't want to. But it is very interesting, does beg the question, was Aaron Donald seriously going to retire? Or was that kind of a negotiation tactic? Did the money really get him out of retirement? And did they really have to push? Or was he using retirement for the money? That we'll never know. And, I don't think it's fair for me to say that it's one or the other because I don't know Aaron Donald personally. What I will say, though, is it is a big deal that he was at least considering it. So much so, Todd France, his agent, sent the letter to the Rams. That says a lot. He's in L.A., obviously he's been talked about. He's working out with The Rock. Now people are starting to call him the next Dwayne The Rock Johnson because after the Rams, I mean, they saw him on late night television. The guy, he works. Turns out, spoiler alert, he's more marketable than people expected. And I mean, that's to be expected. I mean, he's the best player in the NFL. and there's already market with that. You don't really even have to be the best speaker. You don't have to have the best communication skills or anything like that when you're the best in the league. But Aaron Donald showed that the guy has some flash to him, and we saw that after the Super Bowl win. Now, Aaron Donald is back, and he's going to try to run it back, and win again. He's under the contract for 2 years. He has another year, which is really up to Aaron Donald. He can retire at that point. I can't imagine him retiring until at the end of this deal because he's got the money now. It's not about the money. At the time, he signed a deal that he held out for, the offseason of 2017, right before McVay made his debut as the head coach when they had the 44-6 drubbing against Scott Tolzien and the Indianapolis Colts. Never forget Jason Whitlock saying that they're going to run roughshod at the Rams. Still can't forget that. But that offseason, he did have that contract done. And when he had that contract done, at the time, he was the highest paid player in the league, or highest paid defensive player in the league. Literally a day later, the Bears made Khalil Mack the highest paid after trading for him. Now, Aaron Donald didn't have any sort of new deal done until after the Super Bowl. So I understand where he's coming from. Essentially, he was getting paid top dollar in 2017, and that contract had already been kind of eclipsed by a lot of different players in the NFL. And so I think he just saw guys that obviously started making more money than him. He felt, obviously, he's the best player in the league. It's not really even an argument. And so he decided to, make this deal a thing. Tried to push for this. Here's what I think. I think there is a chance that Aaron Donald was considering retirement. I also think there's definitely a chance that he was kind of milking retirement a little bit for the leverage of the money. Either way, I think it's a smart business decision as long as you know that you want to be there and the Rams are going to pay you. And I think that's that. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Interesting news. It's not like, this long video I'm dropping or anything like that, but I thought it was definitely worth mentioning and doing a video about because like two little tidbits of info dropped. And, I'm very excited, for Sean McVay and Les Snead. I hope they, continue on after 2026. I had to make a mention because I saw people on Twitter saying that's the end of them. And I just don't think that's the case. I think if Sean McVay wants to come back, obviously he's going to renegotiate. And the Rams aren't going to be like, yeah, we don't really want the youngest coach ever who won a Super Bowl, the guy who completely changed our franchise and has a chance to be the greatest head coach in football history. Yeah, we don't want him back. I don't think that's how it's going to go. And as for Les Snead, I think he and McVay are a package deal, but I don't think he would necessarily leave because he has also done such a good job that he's in the good graces of the fans, of the front office, of the ownership, all of that. I can't see him leaving either. So with that said, in conclusion, if you just skip to the end of this video, Sean McVay, Les Snead, under contract through 2026, and Aaron Donald had his agent give his, essentially his retirement form to the Rams. The Rams never sent it to the NFL, and they worked out what one would call an impossible deal. They worked it out, and now Aaron Donald is going to be starting tonight against the Buffalo Bills. That's it. If you enjoyed this, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. Be sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're on mobile, definitely consider hitting that bell icon. You'll never miss another Jake Ellenbogen video. But I'm Jake Ellenbogen, and I approve this message. Later, folks.